Hey guys, before you check out our new Spider-Man episode, we have our good friend Daniel joining us in this episode, and our co-host Joseph is feeling a little bit under the weather, but don't worry, he'll definitely be back on our next episode. Go ahead and like and subscribe in support of our Joe. We miss you, buddy. And we are currently getting our new setup repainted, so we chose not to record this episode, but on the next episode, our setup will be looking nice and clean and fresh for all you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoy.
5'10".
No way.
Yeah, he's dude. You're
serious?
You're thinking he's a fucking monster, bro.
Welcome to the
Is he
last
really
podcast,
5'10"?
guys. And currently we are arguing about the height for average Spider-Man in the comics. Yep, this is the last podcast. My name is Matt.
Martin.
And today we don't have Joe. We don't have that good looking.
We don't
guy.
like Joe anymore. He's fired.
No, we took him out finally.
Yeah, we're trying to like find stuff in his past that we could crack him for, but we don't have anything yet.
Hashtag cancel Joe.
Who's joining us today? Who is that over there?
We got Daniel from the first podcast. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we got our buddy Daniel. This is the Spider-Man episode, and go ahead and follow us at our Instagram at thelastpodcast01. So, No Way Home. What do you guys think?
Wait, real quick, I just want to say Tom Holland is 5'8", so he's only 2 inches shorter than Andrew Garfield.
What?
So,
Dude, Andrew Garfield like seems so tall. Maybe because
can you
he's
tell
thin
everyone?
and lanky.
Well, how tall is Tobey Maguire?
that's what I'm looking up right now.
Martin's argument is that he thinks that Andrew Garfield is too tall to be Spider-Man.
Maybe he just looks tall and everyone else is short.
Maybe you're
Well,
just
that's movie
insecure,
magic,
bro.
baby.
Maybe it is
God,
just movie magic,
Dan,
huh?
can you fact check that, please? How tall is Tobey Maguire? Who is the smallest Spider-Man? Let's get that straight.
Tobey Maguire. I feel like more people look up Andrew Garfield because when I looked up Andrew Garfield, it had his height right there under his birthday. But for Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire, it's like so
Are you
hard
looking
to
up
find
on
it.
Google or something else? Because sometimes Google's wrong.
I'm looking up on Google, but it's showing up like the best websites.
Yeah,
for
on Google it says that I'm 5.
It says
I'm 5'2", but I'm actually like 5'9", 5'10". You know what I mean, guys?
That's correct. You're
Yeah.
on a good
Marty,
day,
right? You can back
on a
me up
good
on
day.
that?
Wait, what?
Like on Google, it says that I'm 5'2", but I'm actually like 5'8", 5'9".
Sure.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I just wanted to clarify that, I guess.
Tobey Maguire is only like 5'8".
So him and
him and Tom Holland are the same height. Wow.
like almost perfect
So Andrew
Spider-Man
Garfield,
height.
So do you
Andrew Garfield is
retract?
taller, but not like 6'2".
Do you retract what you said? Do you still?
No,
think...
he's still too tall.
I
How?
think that but I think Tom Holland's like the little kid Spider-Man. Even though we
He
just
is.
clarified that their heights aren't that different, he's like the little kid Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is the beefcake daddy, thick, double
big
C,
daddy.
capital C's. And then Andrew Garfield's like the lean, like skinny Spider-Man, the handsome one, the good-looking one.
But I think they do that on purpose because I think in this movie especially, Tobey Maguire had more of a body presence, and Tom Holland still looked like that small character, even though they are like 2 inches apart.
I just can't get over, dude. Every time I see like Tobey Maguire, he'll always be thick Spider-Man to me, and I don't mind it. That's the honest truth.
I think he's the biggest beefcake out of all of them, huh?
Quaif, yeah.
I don't know.
Queef cake?
Andrew Garfield did look a little thicker in this one. He looked like he filled out the suit more.
No, because
from
he's
chest-wise.
fat. That's why.
Yeah.
He looked like
He got out of
Don't
shape.
you ever diss my favorite Spider-Man? Okay, let's
Ooh,
clarify that now,
spoiler
guys,
alert,
for the
Matt's
podcast.
favorite Spider-Man is
my
Andrew
favorite
Garfield.
Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield. Now, I'm not saying he's the most comic accurate. He's not. The world must know he's the best Spider-Man. But
the
to
world
me,
must know 'cause
he's
he is.
my,
No, he's
yeah,
not.
The world must
He's
know.
not the
Yes, he
best
is.
Spider-Man.
He's my
Yes, he is.
favorite Spider-Man.
Well, he's yours. But
He's
Okay.
my favorite too, so
So-
that's 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 right there. We already won.
Nah,
But
you
let's
guys are
There's
wrong.
compromise.
You're wrong.
Martin, who's your favorite Spider-Man?
My favorite Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. Okay. That's not a bad answer, dude. Hey, I'm not mad at that answer. I
Best
will say
Spider-Man.
this, though.
That's all I gotta say.
As of right now, okay, my personal favorite, Andrew Garfield. But I think Tom Holland killed it and honestly is deserved as one of the best Spider-Man.
There's only 3 of
After
them.
No Way Home, though. After No Way Home. What I'm talking about, dude, they got Japanese Spider-Man.
Whoa.
It was like, you know what? Tom Holland is top 3.
He's definitely the
Tom
top.
Holland, Tom Holland is best, definitely on the top 3 list for like the best Spider-Man.
All right, who do you think is the best villain?
Easy. My boy Gobby.
The Goblin?
Goblin.
The Hobgoblin?
The Goblin.
The
The Gobbler? The Hobgobller? Dude,
Goblin.
wait, which one? Obviously, you're talking about William Dafoe.
Obviously Dane DeHaan. No, Willem Dafoe, of course.
Okay.
Willem
My favorite
Dafoe.
Spider-Man villain? Oh, that's a good one, dude. I kind of want to say Mysterio, but I think I'm going to go with...
I think in honor of Taylor Swift,
Yeah. That's Joe's already getting canceled. I don't want to get canceled either. I think I'm gonna go with. You know what? I do really like Harry. The new Goblin, and I think like it's such a shitty
you're talking
villain, but
about
I love it.
You're
talking about James Franco?
James Franco?
Yeah, James
I
Franco.
thought you meant this Harry Goblin. I was like,
I was
whoa.
gonna say
No. I hate that suit though. But like I when I watched the original Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, the Tobey Maguire, I love James Franco. Like in all three of them,
He is.
it's
Me too.
so like corny and I love it.
I think
love
my
it.
favorite thing is his Spider-Man 3 when he tells Peter like, "Oh, I'm the other guy," and the truck passes and he's gone.
Yeah.
The only explanation is he hit the floor really fast. Like he just hit the floor and he's like, like
Hey Dan, how's the pie?
amazing.
No, he says it's so good.
He said, amazing. But see, he hits the floor. That's the only.
Dan's the multiverse, the multiverse James Franco. How's the pie? It's amazing.
Amazing.
But yeah, so you know what? I just realized I can't talk about James Franco either because he's also currently canceled.
Is he?
Yes.
What'd he do?
That's why him and Seth
Really?
Rogen don't do things anymore.
Really?
Why?
What doesn't anybody do these days? Everybody's canceled. Darby, Jake Gyllenhaal,
Zoe
Jake
101.
Gyllenhaal's canceled.
Zoe
He
101.
got canceled.
Who?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. Well, people. I guess like when he started like dating Taylor Swift when
He
she
did?
was like super young.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dude,
Yeah.
this was all last month.
Oh, but if it was
like,
the other way around, nobody would care, right?
Listen to the
I'm not
10-minute version.
defending him,
The
I'm just
10-minute
not
version
undefending
of
him.
it's one of her songs. Like 10, it gives a whole like life story.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Taylor Swift.
Can I change my answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Of your favorite villain?
Yeah, I don't want to get canceled. I'll go with Doc Ock. Doc Ock killed it. All right, what about you, Martin? Favorite villain?
What's it called? The Green Goblin.
Willem Dafoe.
The Green
Willem
Goblin?
Dafoe. I fucking love him.
Okay. Did you love him more in No Way Home, or are you just straight from
I
the
think
OG
in No Way
Spider-Man?
Home, it made me like. It reminded me why I love him so much.
He's a great villain.
Like I think he's the best villain.
Yeah.
I think he's the best villain.
I think he got a chance to shine more because I don't know if you guys saw that interview where the only stipulation he had coming back was that he wanted to do his own stunts and his more of the role.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why they got rid of the mask so they could show it's Willem Dafoe being the Goblin and
He
not
always
just
was able to do the face, even in the first one.
and that's why I feel like this added more emotion because the most we got in the original one was the eyes would open and we'd see his like his expressions, but in this one, seeing him act it out.
He doesn't need the mask.
He was a Goblin.
he is the Goblin.
I know I'm in the minority. I don't mind the original Green Goblin like costume at all. Like the whole like Power Ranger little setup.
No, I never minded
I
it
like
either.
that. I
I think
liked
it
it a
got
lot.
more hate, but that was perfect 2000s era
Yeah.
capture of the Green Goblin.
Yeah. So I know, like I said, I'm glad you guys agree with me because I never thought it was that bad. So you guys were probably most excited to see Green Goblin come back in No Way Home.
Yes.
Is there any villain that you would have switched out?
There was only
want to see the new Goblin from the OG ones, or maybe even the other Green Goblin from the Amazing Spider-Man movies?
Dude, if they would have brought back the new Goblin, I think it would have been
I
really
honestly,
fucking good.
If James Franco wasn't canceled right now, that I feel like he not only would definitely have been in No Way Home, because obviously he was a big actor before everything that happened. But I feel like to see the new Goblin, what we're saying is James Franco.
He really hated
him
Peter
meeting
Parker.
William Dafoe. Imagine that scene though, where that closure.
Like, what's it called? James Franco and Willem Dafoe?
like.
Dude, that would have been
like,
so fucking good. And sees it like his dad fucking up. And
but
like,
I
why
feel
his
like
dad
that
was so
wouldn't have
crazy.
had
He never got to
as
see his
much
dad
an
like
impact
that.
though.
Yeah.
He didn't see the villain in his dad. He just saw his dad.
Exactly.
But I don't think that would have had much impact because I feel like this one really focused on like Peter's like closure and not much like Norman's closure.
Like not closure for everybody else.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I truly think that if James Franco was, doing his career still, that he would have definitely been in No Way Home.
I would have liked to see Topher Grace.
I don't want to say it because I don't know if I'm right, but it had something to do with like he had like sexual allegations against him. What I do not know.
I would have wanted to see Topher Grace's Venom because I feel like this also was like for Electro at least it was a more.
You would have liked to see Topher Grace?
Yeah, because they gave Electro that chance to redeem his character and make it what it should have been. So I feel like they should have done it to Venom because
I feel like that wouldn't work because the thing with Jamie Foxx is they made him look dorky, but Jamie Foxx in reality is pretty cool. As to where
Topher Grace is a cool guy. You don't think he's a cool guy?
When you look at him, you think he's a cool guy?
I've never met the guy,
Hey,
but
just
like
because he's a cool guy don't mean he's a
like,
cool guy, dude.
Like I feel like there was so much unexplored
Yeah.
Like in him, like he was willing to go to a church and be like, "Yo, God, kill this Peter Parker for me."
Yeah.
So I feel like they could have explored like a darker rage in him.
Yeah.
And who knows?
I don't totally forgive him though for leaving that '70s show for Spider-Man 3. I know.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, that's why they kind of wrote off his character for a little bit in that '70s show.
Oh yeah, he went to Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
He literally went to Africa to go teach children.
Yeah, but that's
what
the
they say.
multiverse.
That's what they always
That's the
say.
multiverse. So in that universe, he was born in the '70s, and then so that's what they described that.
Just real quick,
the
we're watching
variants.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in the background, and this Electro scene is probably the best scene
Yeah,
in this
it's
movie.
the scene where he's in New York City, and I'm not gonna lie, I am watching it.
Honestly,
as well.
yeah, I'm getting distracted.
Dude, the score alongside this scene was just amazing.
No, I hate that Electro score.
Really, I
Yeah.
like it. Like I feel like it's his inner voices talking to him.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't.
I like how the cops just decided to gas him.
chicken
They're like, gas him, boys.
Well, you see a big blue guy like with electricity. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna throw anything at him.
I don't mind that look either. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't mind when
It
he's
made
blue.
sense because he absorbed all the electricity, so he is literally just power.
Let me ask you
He's
guys
glowing.
this. Let me ask you guys this: if they chose a different actor for Venom in Spider-Man 3, would it have changed the movie?
Yes,
I think it would have.
definitely.
No,
Because what do you mean? Topher Grace has like that whiny, like crybaby, like look to him. And I
As
don't
much
think
of a
he
mess
fits.
as Spider-Man 3 is, I don't think the movie's bad at all. I enjoy watching it every single time.
dude, I love Spider-Man.
But
No,
every
I think-
Topher Grace scene, I hate it.
no. I think what would have made it better was that if they didn't do the standard, every time Venom had to talk, you had to see Topher Grace. I
Yeah,
feel like
okay.
if they would have let Venom talk with the mask over, it would have made it more because I want to see Venom fight Spider-Man, not Topher Grace.
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
true.
hey, Parker.
I like, hey, how he's like naked, kind of. You could see,
Yeah,
like,
and that's
even
what
his,
what
neck
bothered
and
me
his
because I was like, that's
shoulder.
not
Yeah.
Venom. That's Topher Grace wearing like a black sticky thing on him,
Yeah.
just like talking to him, and
Okay.
he still had like the pointy teeth, so it just looked awkward.
Yeah, I agree. And then like the Venom like hissing thing. I don't like that.
like I feel like his head also looked too big for his body.
Okay, I see.
So
that,
I
yeah.
feel like it would have benefited more from a better Venom design.
Did you ever see that the original design they had for Venom? It was going to be like the CGI, the more CGI Venom. Did you ever see that one?
No.
In the original Spider-Man 3 trailer, like one of the first trailers, you see like an original concept for what Venom was going to look like, and it's amazing. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out.
Yeah, I
It's
think
really
it should
good.
have benefited. They would have benefited more from a better Venom look.
Also with Green Goblin in the first Spider-Man movie, the original concept
animatronic
was
face.
the animatronic face.
Yep.
He was going to be like a real goblin. And honestly, like I think that was destiny that like that didn't work out. I think that I love the Power
It's
Rangers
more
suit.
iconic, this look, because like it's just perfect. Like I said, perfect 2000s. Like
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into
Hey,
our
man, I need you to
list.
turn this off because I'm getting distracted.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. 'Cause
Like,
it's a good
I'm
movie.
literally-
It's a good movie.
I'm literally like, not,
it's a good movie, right? This is Martin's first time watching this.
I
not that
have
it's.
a
not
little
that-
sign that says "Speak," and I raise it up when I look at Martin.
He's like, huh? What?
Like,
It's
it's
a good
something-
movie.
put it in
Disney
front of me just so I
Spider-Man does
can
not get the
stop
love
watching.
it deserves. So yeah, we have a list. We'll start from the least favorite to our number ones. Spider-Man films. And not including Venom. We argued about it and we voted. We're not including Venom or Let There Be Carnage Venom.
I feel like my list is gonna get a lot of hate because I have like real.
Well, I already hate you. So
I
yeah.
have some people's favorites
right.
not in their spots.
Well, Dan, you're our guest, bro. Let's have you go first.
Well, my least favorite is gonna be Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, the door's right there. No, I'm just kidding.
Like-
I don't like that movie that much.
Yeah, like
either.
it's my least favorite out of all the Spider-Man.
You know what? I'm just gonna say my 9 and 8 because my 9 and 8 are Homecoming and Spider-Man 2.
He's doing his list, bro.
Oh well, if you want to put your 8 in, this one's gonna shock.
Because I haven't seen either of them, so I'm just gonna say these two are like my
Okay.
least favorite because I've never seen them. So
Well,
I don't know.
I think we should do it all in order so that's less distracting. Like it's
What?
less complicated. Okay, like do your whole list. That's what.
Okay,
I'm
we're doing the whole list.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we'd do like
you don't have to
9
give a full
and then-
description why. Just,
All
You
right.
can give like a sentence why. Yeah.
Well, Spider-Man: Homecoming, it was just honestly. All right, let me get this straight out. This was my opinion on Spider-Man: Homecoming changed after watching No Way Home, obviously, because it does elevate it because everything happened for a reason. But I did this list in the mindset of when they came out.
Yeah.
And I don't care to rewatch Homecoming. It's too campy. It relies too much on like funniness and like.
Yeah.
It's like one and done.
Keep in mind,
kind of movie.
like I agree with you said. Like after No Way Home, you have like a certain forgiveness for Homecoming because it's like when you see those movies, you realize, oh, like everything Spider-Man did in that movie was
Yeah.
stupid, but it's because that's the point. He was a stupid kid. Like
I remember when
yeah.
the movie ended, I was like, I want a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and he's already an Avenger. He already has the Iron Spider suit. Like he hasn't just.
He was an Avenger before he was Spider-Man.
Yeah, we hadn't seen him just be his like friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So when that movie ended, I was like, all right.
All right, go off your list, bro. Go.
My next one, I least favorite, Into the Spider-Verse.
What?
You know, I just feel like the hype around Miles Morales overcame what the movie was, and it elevated it to like. Don't get me wrong, I love the character Miles Morales. Like I'm happy he's getting the shine he does. But overall, the movie is like a one and done for me. I'm gonna.
Racist.
Yeah.
What?
I've only seen the movie like 4 times, and it's just like
I've only seen it 4 times.
Yeah, and like it's.
Go ahead, bro.
Is there a reason
Next
we're
movie.
watching Amazing Spider-Man 2 over Into the Spider-Verse? Is there a reason? Yeah, because which movie is better than Into Spider-Man 2?
All right, go on your next one, Dan.
I think everyone's number 7 spot's going to be the same. Spider-Man 3.
Mine might be. I don't know.
It's just
I don't know about that.
I like Tobey Maguire's universe. This one tried to do a lot of things at once. I think this was the first movie where every studio saw like we shouldn't overpack it.
No, I don't believe that because I feel like they still do that to this day. But no way.
But I think this was the first movie they called out on it because you had Sandman.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Black Suit Spider-Man, Venom.
Black what?
Black Suit Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
You had Venom, and then you had New Goblin.
Okay.
And then you had him wanting to be with Mary Jane, but then also you introduced Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
And then you have the whole subplot of who really killed Uncle Ben. So I feel like this one just got a little too away from itself. Yeah. But it's a rewatchable movie whenever it's on.
All right.
The next one I have is Amazing Spider-Man.
Number 1. Okay.
Number 1.
Okay.
Like, it was a good movie. It was a different tone. I liked it. I appreciate it. I love Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, my favorite Spider-Man. And that's all I really have to say on this one.
Yeah.
The next one, Spider-Man 1, obviously, because such a great villain. And I feel like I rewatched it again, and it's so much darker than I remember it.
Yeah.
Like the whole warehouse
Pretty
fight.
messed up, dude.
Yeah.
The whole warehouse fight.
Yeah, he almost died fighting the Green Goblin.
Yeah, and then
Yes, he did.
the one thing
The Green Goblin like murked a lot of
Can
people.
you guys imagine being the kids in that like
in the Roosevelt
in the
thing,
Roosevelt little thing and like seeing like, all right, Spider-Man, choose the girl or the kids, and like in that first 30 seconds these kids see like
Spider-Man's running after the girl. Yeah,
I would have been like in the air like fuck.
Did you guys catch the Roosevelt Ferry came out in No Way Home 2 again?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, like it's in the beginning when he's on the thing going dude on FaceTime. The people from the thing are like, hey, it's Spider-Man.
Oh yes, okay.
Yes, and I was like,
that.
oh shit, like I thought that was a cool little nod.
Okay.
The next one is Far From Home.
Okay.
Because it was good, but again, it has a different meaning because of what happened in No Way Home. Like I feel like in that one, he was like, instead of relying on Tony Stark, he's relying on Nick Fury, and he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Nick Fury, help me. And he's like, I don't care, fucker.
And then it wasn't even Nick Fury.
Yeah. So I was like,
I like how you gave Nick Fury a voice too. I like how you just became the character right now. I felt like I was watching the movie.
Dude, you know what I just found out? Like now that we're talking about Nick Fury, so I have an Alexa and I have it like wake me up. And for some reason today,
you didn't like change it to be Nick Fury's
it says
voice?
if I pay $1, I can have Sam L. Jackson be the voice that wakes me up. And I'm thinking about it. Like just
do it.
Wake up, motherfucker. Is the sun coming up? Get off of the bed.
Where's my super suit?
My top. So now we're in my top 3. My third favorite being Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
I think Doc Ock, amazing villain. I feel like the crisis of Spider-Man. Why are you biting the microphone? I'm sorry. I look up and he's just biting his microphone.
He's so like excited for your answer.
But I think this is the first time we see a Peter Parker struggle with like dealing with 2 lives.
Life
Yeah.
of
Because
Spider-Man
in this one, if you guys don't remember,
Parker.
Mary Jane's already like in a little off-Broadway show, and Peter Parker can't make it to any show because he's too busy like crime fighting.
Yeah.
Well, the guy didn't want to let him in because it was already like 2 minutes past showtime. So
Yeah.
when Bruce Campbell says you can't go in, you don't go in.
It's
Hey,
true.
shout out Bruce Campbell.
But I feel like seeing the struggle of like
did he come out in the third one?
yeah,
came out in all 3 of them.
He was
you know why
he was the
came out,
maitre
though,
d'.
right? You know why he was in those movies?
Tell him, Matt. Tell him why.
Is it because he's the real Stan Lee?
Yeah, bud.
dude. No, it's because the director. You know the director.
Sam Raimi?
Yeah. And you know
They're
what
best
else he
friends.
directed?
Oh, didn't he? What's Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
High five, bud.
But do you
I
know
know
who Bruce Campbell's character was originally supposed to be?
Yeah, do
In
you know-
Spider-Man 4?
Yeah.
Uncle Ben?
No.
Oh,
Yo,
Mysterio.
what? Oh,
Mysterio.
He was supposed to be Mysterio, and you were supposed to see Spider-Man catch him in the opening scenes of Spider-Man 4. That's why he was the ring announcer in Spider-Man 1, the ticket taker in Spider-Man 2, and the waiter at Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
And then in Spider-Man 4, you're supposed to find out that was Quentin Beck.
Was your mind just blown, Martin?
But yeah, I think
crazy.
Oh my God.
Spider-Man 2 was a good movie because you see that crisis of him dealing with Spider-Man and his real life. Doc Ock, amazing villain.
He was cute too.
And I feel like, there was just so... he was.
Yeah, he was.
Those
cute.
videos of back, like
Doc
those
Ock's
videos of
pretty
him,
cute,
like when
bro.
he's like dancing
In
with
the
the arms. I'm
comics-
like, damn, bro. I'm like,
in the comics, Doc Ock and Aunt May go out in the old comics.
Damn, he claps
Think
those
about
cheeks.
that. Yeah.
dude, did you see the way he was looking at Marissa Tomei in No Way Home?
Hey,
Did you see the way I was looking at her in No Way Home?
See the way that Glider looked at her? The Glider was like,
bro.
I'd hit that, and he did.
That's probably
Happy
the
ain't
best
the
joke.
only
I think.
one.
That's a good one.
Second being The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
It's just, I will
That's going to
defend.
be very controversial.
I
but
will
it's your
defend
list.
this movie till the day I die.
Yeah,
so
it's
if
great.
you
It
you guys
sucks.
know my social media, come
Yeah,
at me.
I just had to pause it because you kept watching it.
Yeah, because I'm trying to
This
watch
is the
it
best
and
movie.
absorb
This
as
is
much
the second
information
best
as I
Spider-Man
possibly
movie.
can. And I don't know about that.
I think Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker's relationship in this is the main point of the movie. Because again, he's dealing with the struggles of being Spider-Man, but also wanting to protect and love his girlfriend. And I feel like the villains just take a back seat to it because that's the main thing. Like,
People want to see the villains, but the whole point of this movie is it's a Peter Parker story.
yeah, and then he says that in No Way Home. He says, like, he doesn't have time for Peter Parker things.
Yeah.
And it's because at that point he already lost Gwen, so he saw that he doesn't think he could balance these two things.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let me hear your number one.
Obviously, No Way Home.
Yep.
Because this honestly was just like it corrected so many things I didn't like about Homecoming and Far From Home.
Yeah.
That it like made me appreciate him basically being Iron Man Jr. because it was about him getting that mantle of like, oh, he's just Iron Man Jr. He just blah, blah, blah. Like he relies on the Avengers. He relies on everyone else.
Yep.
And now saying that all that happened just so in the end he's on his own and he is his own man. And that by everyone forgetting who Peter Parker is, he still has those lessons, but no one else knows what he went through. So he's on his own. He is himself, just Spider-Man.
Yep, 100%. All right, that was a good list, bud.
I think
Hey.
you're wrong.
On what?
I don't know. But I
Exactly. You're just
Alright,
mad because
guys.
we're not finishing Spider-Man 2.
Y'all ready for my list?
no. Okay.
Bottom is... Oh, man. Now I'm thinking... Okay.
I'm scared.
My bottom one is Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is my least favorite. What? And okay, let me say this. Let me say this first.
What?
All these movies I could watch and enjoy every single one. I'm not bored. Like if any of these
Not
movies
all
were
of them?
playing right
I don't
now,
know.
I could watch them. Yeah, it's my list, Stan. It's my list.
You're just watching this and I'm just in your head like, bro, you know it's boring. Come on.
No. Oh wait, no. Can I change my answer?
Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
what? You
Sorry.
already said it. It's
No.
already out there.
No. Time stoned it.
Oh, shit.
My
The
least
time stone's
favorite-
actually erased. It's the runes of something.
My least favorite is Homecoming. Least favorite is Homecoming. Great villain.
Wow.
I would say one of the best villains in the MCU. And just as far as like a Spider-Man movie, I hate it. I hate it so much.
You didn't like Captain Falcon?
What?
What's the guy's name? Captain
The
Falcon?
Vulture?
No, just kidding.
Captain Vulture? Yeah, no. I
Captain Falcon.
it was a good movie, don't get me wrong, but I think I was more just crushed that it ended like the Amazing Spider-Man series. So I'm kind of salty for it. I threw a little bit of salt
Wait,
on
how
it.
did it end?
I
Well,
think
because after like Amazing Spider-Man 2 it just didn't make that much money, and it just like overall like critics
Wait, this
and
one didn't do
people
good?
And I
didn't
think
like
people
it.
were mad that we weren't going to get an Amazing Spider-Man 3 right away. It was going to be about 2
Sinister
years, and we were
Six.
going to get a Sinister 6 movie.
Yeah.
And and people really didn't want a Sinister 6 movie.
I want to see it still. So if we could put a hashtag give us Sinister 6, I'd be greatly appreciative.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so Homecoming. My second least favorite is Spider-Man 3. And it's a great movie. I like all my least favorites, I'm still going to say are good movies. But yeah, I think Dan pretty much cleared it up. It was very clustery. The one thing I can't stand in that movie is Mary Jane. I can't stand her in any of them, in 1, 2, and 3. I hate this Mary Jane.
She
so much.
doesn't get annoying for me until 3.
Complains about everything, and like even in the movie, like I get it. He's kind of like mansplaining to her, like, "Hey, I'm Spider-Man. Like I know what you're going through," but like she just, I feel like in all three, dude, she just always wants her attention. Like she wants all of his attention on her.
I didn't get that till 3.
No, dude, I feel like in everyone, she just annoys me. Spider-Man 2, like, he's already going through a lot, you know, he's going through his own shit.
Spider-Man 1, what did she do to you in Spider-Man 1?
She didn't do anything in Spider-Man 1. She was just there.
No, like, in Spider-Man 1, dude, her dad's, like, kind of abusive and, like, yelling at her.
And that's her fault?
And she just, like, runs out crying. Yeah,
he's like, the dumb bitch had it coming.
And, like, you know, she just runs out crying, and she ignores my boy Peter.
That's sympathetic to the dad. Yeah, you're useless.
Thanks, guys. Now everyone's gonna hate me.
Matt canceled.
My next least favorite is going to be. Those are kind of like dicey. What's the whole number chart?
9
So this is my number 7. My 7 is going to be The Amazing Spider-Man. And like I said, I love Andrew Garfield. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man. But in that movie, like every time I think about it, they just make noises. Like Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, like they like.
So it's one of those things where it's like a good character's bad movie.
I think every time they speak, like they make like little like noises and these little grunts, and every time I watch it now, I can't unsee it.
I also want to say the villain was kind of just like.
I thought it was cool up to the part where he's like, "Oh,
I want to make everyone a lizard." Yeah, and I'm happy they make fun of it in No Way Home because it was just so weird. Like,
I didn't like the look of the lizard either. I thought that you could have went way more cooler.
Well, I feel the reason they did that was because they were scared that if they gave the lizard the snout, they wouldn't be able to get that expression of emotion.
Okay.
So they kind of went like, we have to give him a little nose.
I get you.
But now he just looks like Voldemort.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, Voldemort's sexy though. Mm-hmm. So Amazing Spider-Man. It's like I said, my favorite Spider-Man still Andrew Garfield. My number 6 is going to be. I feel like I'm gonna get to 1, and I'm like my numbers are gonna be off. Like I feel like I'm gonna miss one. But anyways, my number 6 is going to be Amazing. I'm sorry, no, Spider-Man 1. Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 1. I like that villain, but as far as like watching it and rewatching it, it's it's kind of cheesy. It's the most cheesiest I think out of all 3.
But again, that was 2000s.
Yeah, no,
that was like 2000. That was like
that's why it's higher up on my
that's
list.
why like it was meant to be. Like look at the other movies that came out in that era. X-Men.
Yeah, wasn't it like one of the first like?
It was the first like I think comic movie that people actually realized like damn like we could do a good job with comic book movies. Yeah.
It really started the genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And I give them mad respect for taking out the Twin Towers. I really do appreciate that. For you guys that don't know, in the first trailer and also the first posters, it was the Twin Towers, and then they took it out very last second because of you know what.
And so, that's why they added the scene where the New Yorker is back behind Spider-Man, because they try to give the New Yorkers that little scene to like respect that, like, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us, you mess with New York
at the time.
So that was really like a sign of the times.
That was America at the time, you know, really supporting
Don't
each
you
other.
miss it, guys? Don't you miss America back then? Yeah, and,
I miss when everything was a nickel.
Number 5. Number 5 is Far From Home. I did like that one a lot more than Homecoming. I thought that I liked how before this is obviously before No Way Home came out, but like it was supposed to be the movie that like shows you like no, Spider-Man is gonna leave like most of his shit behind and not be like Iron Man Jr. And like he kind of I feel like he
just became
Spider-Man more.
He became Nick Fury Jr.
Nick Fury Jr. Yeah.
Surprise,
also,
motherfucker.
I love that twist where they bring out Night Monkey from the comics.
The Night Monkey.
Night Monkey, an actual character?
Night
Monkey and the Spider-Man. Yeah. I like those two interactions with those characters.
Although I did give him shit for being Iron Man Jr., I did like the recreation of the scene where he's making the gauntlet. Like he's making his web shooter and like it like Happy looks at him and then he thinks of like when Tony used to do that. I did appreciate that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Only because that was after Endgame and I was really like heartbroken after Endgame.
Yeah.
They got a tear.
Yeah.
Here, let me keep it. Okay. What am I on? Number 5? Number 4?
You are at number 5.
Number 5.
Number 69.
I'm going to say my number 5 is. No, it's like I guess like oh damn.
I'm waiting.
I feel like I'm missing one, dude.
I'm waiting for the
anyways,
I'm waiting
my
for the
number
movie you guys are gonna
5
say.
is going to be Spider-Man. Dang. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man 2.
Bitch.
No. Here's my list. This is my. I'm thinking like for everybody else, but you know what? Fuck you guys. It's my list. So Spider-Man 2.
That's why Into the Spider-Verse is so low on mine, because I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't hate that movie. I just don't find a need to rewatch it.
Spider-Man 2 is pretty good. I think one of the better Spider-Man movies for sure. And one of the best. I still think the best Spider-Man villain more than Green Goblin, but that's just me. I think Doc Ock is like a perfect like mirrored villain of like what Spider-Man is, and like at the end of the day, like his life is shitty. His like you know what, he literally says it. He's like, do I have to give up like everything I want? And like, yeah, he does. Like Spider-Man has to like always choose the right thing to do, even if it means like his life is shitty. And
that's why with great power comes great responsibility. That's the whole point of Spider-Man.
Yeah, man.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Tell him, Daniel.
My number 4 is Into the Spider-Verse.
Why?
Guys, I'm missing one.
No, you're not.
You're on it, bro.
You only have Amazing Spider-Man 2 and No Way Home left.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
okay.
right.
No, and Into the Spider-Verse. Okay, yes.
Yeah, so
okay.
why
Into
number,
the Spider-Verse right now?
Why do you like Into the Spider-Verse?
My number 4.
No?
You're number 3 now.
Number 3.
Wait, yeah.
Wait.
No, I'm number 4. I'm number 4. And I see my mistake now. My number 4 is Amazing Spider-Man 2. I have it higher up on my list because I do like it. As you know, like horrible as it is, I like it. I don't care what you guys say. Don't at me.
I liked it.
I think,
like I said, I'll defend it till the day I die.
Andrew Garfield, I think, really sharpened up his Peter Parker in that movie, and he doesn't make a lot of like the like weird noises.
And he talks when he fights the villains, which I love. Like he has that banter.
I will admit that he did let like maybe like 10, 20 people die in the beginning when he's chasing the rhino.
Dude, people got
and the rhino's
fucked
just
up
like
in that.
crashing cars.
The price of freedom's high, but it's a price I'm willing to pay.
Yeah, you can't save everybody, right? Can't save everybody. He learns that in that movie. So Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my number 4. Number 3 is Into the Spider-Verse.
Why? Why do you like that movie so much? Tell me.
Dude, I feel like that movie is the reason. Like, that movie is like the symbol of what it means to be Spider-Man. Like, it shows you like other universes, but it's like, dude, like at the end of the day, like anybody could be Spider-Man.
Okay,
anybody could be Spider-Man.
Fair point.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter if you're black, Latino, Chinese, cartoon, a pig.
All our cartoon lovers, our cartoon listeners are gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're right. I can be Spider-Man."
It's like it's and I feel like it also is cool to like see like your personality is what makes you Spider-Man. Like if I was Spider-Man, I guarantee you I wouldn't be like the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I would kind of be like a Spider-Man.
You'd be like Spider-Man Noir, just fighting Nazis, and letting the match burn down to your fingers.
I don't like Nazis, dude. I really don't.
I will quote that movie, but it doesn't mean it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I'm excited, more than excited for Into the Spider-Verse 2, Across the Spider-Verse. It's what? Say it.
It should be good because.
No, you sit there and you think about what you just said. And my number 2, see, I'm missing one, dude. I'm missing one.
No.
My number 1 is No Way Home. Let's just get that straight.
Wait, no, all right. I actually wrote down a list. So you have.
My number 1 is No Way Home.
No, you named all.
I named all of them, dude.
Are we sure there was 9 and not 8?
I think it was 8. My favorite is
there's
Way
9.
Home.
No, there's 9. You got Homecoming.
Yes.
You got Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
You got Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes.
You got Spider-Man 1, right?
Yes.
You got Far From Home.
Yes.
You named all of them.
I did name all of them. I did. I know I did.
You're going to listen to this back and be like, where the fuck did I mess up?
Yeah. Anyways,
You're
my
losing
number
it,
1
Matt. Matt's
is
losing
No Way Home. That movie was fucking amazing. It wipes away all the things I've ever said about Far From Home and Homecoming, like about Spider-Man making dumb decisions. He's a shitty Spider-Man, Iron Man Jr., all that stuff. It literally shows you, like when I look at those movies now, and I think like, dude, this kid is like a stupid Spider-Man.
I wouldn't say it wipes away. It gives it a meaning. It gives it a reason.
It gives it a meaning. Like that's the whole point. Is like this Spider-Man has not learned. Like he had to learn with great power comes great responsibility, and I think it was just a great character arc. And I bawled like a baby when Andrew came out. So that's my number 1, guys. Sorry, I can't count. I'll go back to school. Martin, let me hear your list. Let me hear your dumbass list. That was a good one.
Wait, Martin, so I think when you say the name, you should say if you've seen the movie first.
All right. My number 9 and 8 are The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Homecoming.
But it's because you haven't seen those, right?
It's because I haven't seen them.
All
so
right.
I'm putting them at the bottom of the list because they mean nothing to me.
Okay.
Homecoming doesn't mean anything, to be honest.
So number 7 is The Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay.
I didn't like it. Thought it was dumb.
Okay. Make sure you put your helmet on.
Hashtag not my Spider-Man.
I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Why? Why did you think it was dumb?
Because it is.
One thing I appreciate about that movie, and
It's because
I gave Tom Holland shit before it, like literally hours before I saw the movie, was that it showed Andrew Garfield making his suit. Mm-hmm. And literally hours before we saw No Way Home, I was like, Tom Holland has never made a suit if it wasn't without the help of Tony Stark.
Hey, now though.
And now in this one, I'm like, holy shit, I ate my words in No Way Home. I really ate my words.
Spandex.
All right. Let me tell you why I don't like it. It's because Spider-Man was a bully. He was a jerk.
Spider-Man?
Yes, Spider-Man. He was a dick.
But Flash Thompson beat him up first.
Did he though?
Yeah, and that was the point that Uncle Ben made. He said just because he could have the power to beat him up doesn't mean he should have.
I bet you feel pretty good now, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, go on.
All right. My next one, number 6, is Far From Home.
Okay.
I actually really liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
It was really good.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay.
You know, it was a good movie.
You support Jake Gyllenhaal? I see you. Okay, go on.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's a very handsome man.
It's funny. At the Spider-Man trailer fan event, Tom Holland said like who was his favorite person to work with, and he said Jake Gyllenhaal, and he went he went on for like 6 minutes talking about how great of a guy he is.
Dude,
and there was this girl.
Yeah.
There was this girl earlier who was like, "Fuck Jake Gyllenhaal. I support Taylor," and like everyone kind of like stood up to see her reaction, and she was just kind of like a little like bummed out.
Yeah, dude.
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, she's a jerk.
That girl?
Yes.
Martin's gonna have a shirt that says support Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal and James Franco. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know about James Franco. I don't know what happened there.
My boy.
I know whose spot I'm taking next.
All right. Go on.
All right. My number 5 is Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna switch those two.
Okay.
I'll switch those two. Actually.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, I love Spider-Man 3. It's,
think it out.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
I feel like if you have a beer, it's a great movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least like 2 to 3 beers.
Mm-hmm.
You ignore Venom.
It's even better.
And
When
if
you
Topher
close your
Grace.
eyes
And like
it's
turn
so
off the
fucking
sound and
silky.
you just don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Or like you skip the parts with Topher Grace.
Sandman was really good.
Yes.
His arc was really good.
I'm not a bad person. I just have a bad mind.
And
Dude, they should cast me as him.
And I'm made of all sand because that's the real villain. Getting sand everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the real villain.
Where do these guys come from?
That's the real villain, guys.
All right, go on, man.
How'd you get your powers? Fell in a pool of sand. How'd you get your powers?
Fell into a collider. Damn, gotta be careful about where you fall.
All right, number 4 is Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay, it's a great movie, Martin. Tell me.
I know it's super. Like, there's so many Spider-Man in it. So many.
Okay,
there's at least like 3
Spider-Man in this one.
Yeah, that's why it's gonna be higher up.
Name something else different.
There's at least 4
Who
Spider-Man.
was your favorite Spider-Man in Spider-Verse?
Spider-Man Noir, just because it's Nicolas Cage. And yes, I have a favorite Spider-Man from that movie, even though it's like second favorite.
Spider-Pig.
Spider-Ham?
Spider-Ham?
Spider-Ham.
Peter Porker?
Peter Porker. Yes.
Porker,
Do you guys think we're going to get a hint at Tom Holland, Andrew,
Mulaney.
or Toby in Enter the Spider-Verse?
No,
Is it in the or
Spider-Verse.
across the Spider-Verse? I think we're going to get a hint at one of them.
Maybe like a little flash scene, like with the web universe, the web multiverse. Yeah. All right, go on, Martin.
All right, Spider-Man 1, number 3.
Okay.
So
Wow.
that started it all.
Wait. No, I'll let you finish.
Started it all. Have you not seen Japanese Spider-Man? Spider-Man! Have you not seen that?
Have you guys seen? He's basically Daredevil in that.
He's blind?
No, they gave him that origin story.
Spider-Man?
That he's blind?
No, that he's like
a
doing
lawyer?
it. He becomes Spider-Man out of revenge.
Japanese Spider-Man?
Yeah, and like someone bestows upon him like the power of like spider venom, and that's how he becomes
right?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's how Daredevil got his powers?
No, but like
Danny, I think you watched the wrong
not Daredevil. My bad. Fuck, not Daredevil. Ghost Rider. He basically has Ghost Rider's origin.
fuck. Dude.
Those are like 2 completely different, like...
No, yeah, he has Ghost Rider's origin because like he falls into like this like tomb and he finds some ancient guy and he's like, oh, I'll give you powers, and he gives him
powers.
spider venom and he becomes like a spirit of spider vengeance.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually.
All right, go on, Martin.
My number 2 pick is Spider-Man 2.
I was about to say, I was like, where's Spider-Man 2 on that list? Because
Spider-Man 2 is my number 2. I love Spider-Man 2, dude.
if I could redo my list, I'd move it up a little bit.
usually
but yeah,
no
it's
one
a good
ranks Spider-Man 1 and 2 so close together.
They're my favorite ones. Those 2 movies, I think they're the best movies.
Spider-Man
they're
2,
the best Spider-Man
1.
movies.
My favorite part of Spider-Man 1 is when, like, after the World Fair, Mary Jane's swinging with Peter Parker, and it's just like a mannequin,
Yeah,
and she's holding on to it.
And her hair is going the wrong way.
And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
My
Hey, we
favorite
see
part
you, we see you.
when it's an old lady, like when not Joker, what am I saying? When Green Goblin is
Dan
pretending
over
to be
here.
an old lady in the burning building.
Yeah.
And he turns around, he's like,
That's such a good scene, dude. That's such a good scene. Like
I fucking love that.
Yeah, that's a good scene.
Shit's hilarious.
All right, go on with the fine self.
All right, and then number 1 is
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah. Wait, No Way Home was all of our number ones?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
we're
dude,
back,
hey,
boys.
it's the
We're
best
back.
Spider-Man movie.
It
I
is.
think.
It's
I think
just-
it's the best Spider-Man movie
Because it gave a lot of meaning onto, like, what it means to be Spider-Man again.
Yeah. I think...
and it fixed a lot of the
yeah.
old shit, like
Yeah.
shit that was
Yeah.
fucked up.
It
like,
didn't
they
fix
got
it.
to-
It gave it meaning. I think that was the main
Yeah,
point.
that is true. Yes.
I think it's hard for trilogies to like have a good it's rare for a third movie to be the best out of all three.
And that's
I think
what I
this movie
meant.
did that.
So I said earlier that I think I didn't give my opinion. I asked you. I said which MCU trilogy is better, Captain America or No Way Home, or the Spider-Man trilogy. And I was
Captain
gonna say
America.
I said Captain
I was gonna say
America.
Spider-Man because Captain America was the cohesive trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I
Because
feel
every single movie was solid. Each
yeah,
one
but
of them was a solid
but
movie.
I think the
That makes
Spider-Man was better in the way that what happened in the first two movies was given a purpose and a meaning that the third one wrapped up.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like-
see that. It's full circle.
Yeah, Captain America's the first Avenger led into what happened in the Winter Soldier, and the Winter Soldier led into what happened in Captain America Civil War. And that one just like kickstarted the rest of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, even at that Civil War, like the end of that Captain America trilogy is like him leaving the Avengers.
Yeah, it's not the end of like his story. Like there's still a lot of ones, but like this one wraps up what happened in his like. It was like the perfect senior year movie where like in the end of it, it's like what happens next? Like where do you go from here?
Yeah.
Like he essentially graduated, quote unquote. What happened to him in that trilogy,
Yeah.
and he's moving on to his next phase of his life.
Yeah. If you can give any of the MCU characters a fourth film, who would it be?
Spider-Man.
They already announced another trilogy, you idiot.
Well, that's hard because
God, dude. First of all, I was looking at Dan when I asked the question.
that's
it's
hard
bad.
because
Dan, I'm sorry about that, bro. Can you tell me what your answer is?
because like the reason why I didn't include Iron Man in the trilogy question was because he did not have a cohesive trilogy. He had 3 standalone movies that all stood on themselves.
I mean,
That is true, yeah.
I like Iron Man 2 better than Iron Man 3. And I
But see,
know-
they
no,
didn't.
yeah,
but
never mind, yeah,
but
I
they
agree with
didn't
that.
rely on each other. What happened in 1 didn't lead into what happened in 2, and 2 didn't really like have much impact on 3.
Yeah, I feel like
I get it.
I feel like I definitely agree.
And the same thing can be
They could
said
all
with,
just be-
and
they're
the
just
same
random-
thing
random
could be said
Iron Man
with what
stories.
happened in Thor. So I
Yeah.
feel like that's really tough. So I feel like the answer really comes down to Spider-Man 4 or Captain America 4.
All right. And No Way Home.
think it out.
Do you think anyone should have died other than Aunt May?
I was gonna say, honestly, Barta, did you watch the movie? I think Happy should have died because if you kind of think about it, he has nowhere to go. Like his character has nowhere to go.
He's gonna get a Disney Plus show.
He has No Way Home.
He's gonna get a Disney Plus show.
It's gonna be called Happy Time.
No, I think Aunt May dying was like the perfect person for him to lose. I didn't actually catch it. Gigi caught it when she said like because when we were rewatching the Spider-Man movies, I basically told her that it's Spider-Man's destiny to lose someone, and they say that in Into the Spider-Verse that
Didn't he already lose Uncle Ben?
no, he's not in the Marvel universe.
He is.
Fight
Yes,
me on
he
it.
is.
How?
His name is on the briefcase.
That could be Ben Frank Parker. That could be his dad's.
Dude, all of a sudden, we have dads now.
Who
Okay.
was it after the movie? They were like, no, that's Uncle Ben's. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Was there a U in front of the B? Like for Uncle Ben? No, but what I meant was she caught it that she knew Aunt May was gonna die right after she said with great power comes great responsibility. She's like, yeah, because that's what you said. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. I didn't catch that.
I mean, Tony Stark died. So I'm
no,
not
but
talking about.
that really didn't have as much impact on him because he
Yeah, 'cause
only
that was his only
he
father
only knew
figure
him
that
for
died.
a solid 3 years before he died.
Yeah.
So I feel like the only person who could have died and would have had an impact on him died, and Happy wouldn't have had an impact on him. It would have got rid of a useless character. Yes.
Hey, you mean no more happy time?
But I think
Wow, you think Happy's useless? He
only-
runs Stark Industries.
the only
all right?
other persons who could have died were Ned and MJ, who would have had an impact.
Ned could have been cool. Okay, I'll say this.
I like Ned.
I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot for
giving him the powers or what?
No. That's actually in the
magic?
comics.
Is it
but,
really?
Yeah, but part
Oh
of
my
that
God, Mark!
comics,
Do you not know who becomes?
part
who
of
he
that
becomes?
comic book
Ned
story?
becomes someone?
He becomes
Yes,
the Hobgoblin.
The Hobgoblin.
That's what I was saying. You guys, you literally jumped the gun on me, guys. They shot themselves in the foot because I think if they picked a better actor, it could have been made into like a cool storyline. I think Dad caught what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Martin's just doing it. Martin looks so lost. Like, what? Hobgoblin?
Do you see
isn't
that
the
character, Ned
orange one?
Yeah, that's the orange one.
Yeah.
Well, there's two people who become the Hobgoblin in the characters.
There's like multiple people
Yeah.
that become the Hobgoblin. So I think that there's No Way Home is a movie when you actually sit down and think about it. There's a bunch of plot holes, but I can tell you,
There's
I
a
do
lot,
not
to be
care.
honest.
I do not care. It doesn't ruin the movie. I don't want to think about it because I don't want to ruin the movie for me.
In the beginning of the year, I promised myself I wouldn't think too hard about movies anymore. I wouldn't like.
You mean, okay, mind you, this is December, like a week before New Year's. Are you talking about?
No, this
like
last year. This last year. I
Okay.
promised myself I wouldn't think too hard about movies. But after No Way Home, I was like, all right, so if the whole world forgot about Peter Parker, like he has no social security card, no birth certificate.
Yeah.
Like how
nobody.
like, how is he renting an apartment?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He has no
Exactly.
credit. Like what?
Yeah.
And then I was like,
Maybe he pays cash.
and then I watched it again yesterday, and then this time I was thinking, when he's moving into the apartment, how does he have stuff if he didn't exist? Basically,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and how did he have pictures of him and MJ and Ned? If all he has to do is show them that picture, and they're gonna be like, what?
Not only
unless
that,
unless everything already happened and they just like
No,
forgot.
everything did happen, and they just forgot. Everything happened, but they just forgot the part where Peter Parker took off his mask or he was there.
which is weird because we were talking about it. In almost every movie he's in, he takes his mask off, and almost
And then
everybody
also,
knows who
Flash
he is. and part
wrote
of
a
the
book
Avengers.
and sold that book.
Yeah.
So does that book not exist, or
Yeah.
does
tweets, everything,
Yeah, like-
everything's on record.
yeah, like the actual evidence? Like
I don't
But
know, Daniel.
I could believe that more. That like all like the tweets and like all that little stuff is gone because Doctor Strange is sick as fuck. But there's still even if you eliminate that, there's still like very.
But then
they
also,
didn't do a good job of explaining.
did that spell
what
go across the multiverse?
Because you mean like Thor's not on the planet? Peter
No,
Quill and
no,
them
because so in the movie, Doctor Strange says the only way to stop the other villains from coming to this universe was for everyone to forget Peter
Yeah, but
Parker.
I don't get that.
So
How
does
is that
mean
sending him back, though?
everyone forgot Peter Parker? Like
yeah, because even Doctor Strange forgot.
no, so no. Does that mean like so when,
Everyone else in the other
so when
universes
Toby and
as
Andrew
well.
go back to their universes,
Exactly. Yeah.
is
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
in that universe gonna forget who Peter Parker is?
I'm gonna say yes, and as much as I hate that answer,
But
I
then,
think
see
yes.
that's why I promised myself I wouldn't think too hard about
Yeah.
movies anymore. But I'm like, dude, I needed to know the implications of this.
And we already pointed out that Far From Home, she still has the necklace.
Yeah, she's wearing the
MJ
necklace.
has the
Yeah, why
necklace
she
from
got so
Far
much
From Home.
necklace?
Why does she have so much
she got so much
necklace?
necklace?
Necklace.
Why you got so much necklace? Huh?
I got so much Netflix.
I can still sit here and point out like other like plot holes, but I don't care. I do not care.
I do.
Like when Aunt May gets like trucked
Dan,
by that.
this whole beginning of this conversation was Dan was like, I promised myself last year that I would forget plot holes. Yeah, but right now I'm like, I don't care. And he's like, I do.
That's why I think Marvel released this movie when they did it because
Just
they were like, we're
lying
gonna
to yourself,
fuck Daniel
Daniel.
over.
Yeah.
He's not gonna think too much. We'll see about that.
Yeah, Marvel. But that's the thing with Marvel movies, dude. Is that it's not new of them to have plot holes. Oh yeah, biggest plot hole in the whole movie: Electro in Amazing
Yep,
Spider-Man
yep.
universe. He never knew that Peter Parker.
He thought he was black.
Spider-Man. He even says it in the movie. I thought you were black. So
Yeah,
if
so
the-
isn't the
if
Can we
the
talk
whole
about
thing,
how
him knowing-
sincere
It's
of
because
an
that's what they got brought
apology
in.
Andrew gives him after that?
Yeah.
Like he's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Like you could I love Andrew looked like he had so much fun filming this movie.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
just
he
looks
did.
so happy. Like
Yeah, you
everything
gotta
he
come
said.
back as Spider-Man.
Yeah, like
that'd be a good way to end off this video. Let's name our number one favorite scene.
wait, we're already ending?
Well, we're at 48 minutes. Bud.
Oh dang.
Yeah. It's
over.
Dan just wants to live in the podcast forever.
Yeah, I was
Podcast
I still ranting about this movie. It made me think so hard.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dan, you're our guest again. Actually, no. I'm gonna have you finish it off. Martin, what was your favorite scene in No Way Home?
My favorite scene
Look at me in
in
the
No
eyes.
Way Home
Lick
was
your lips. Mhm. Slower.
Oh, I got a hair in my mouth.
Okay.
That's not the only thing you got in your mouth.
That's the only thing you're about to get.
Whoa.
All right.
You got some webs.
Shit, give me some time to think.
Tell me how you really feel.
Give me some time to think.
Okay. My favorite scene, I know it already. When Andrew Garfield redeems himself and catches MJ, and he asks her, "Are you okay?" And like she asks him, like, "Are you okay?"
Oh,
And
dude.
he can't even speak because like
He wants to cry.
he's
He
such
gets
a
up,
good
like,
actor, dude. Like,
How do you think
he's
Kevin
such a good
Feige
actor.
felt that like we were calling so many things from before the movie even started? That he was like, "You guys are." Do you think he was like, "You guys are ruining your own surprises"? Because
yeah.
as soon as they showed MJ falling in the trailer, everyone's like, "Andrew's gonna catch her. It's gonna be redeeming.
Yeah.
It's a be a
People were
redeeming
even
arc."
saying that like that hand in the trailer was Andrew Garfield's hand. Yeah, people are stupid. But yeah, so that was my favorite scene.
All right. My favorite scene is when all the Spider-Men are swinging together in unison and working together.
Yeah.
And kicking ass.
I didn't hear it on
so
opening
awesome.
night, but I heard it last night. They all give like their iconic like "woo" scream. And,
Do they
like,
really?
and then they
Was
also
that yours? Was that your
yeah,
Spider-Man
mine was
scream?
like "woo," and then they all hit their pose that they
Yeah.
usually do like when they're doing the moonshot.
Oh yes, that's
I really
so
like that.
awesome.
Yeah. Okay. What was your favorite scene, Dan?
My favorite scene had to be the whole conversation that they had on the rooftop about responsibility after.
When the rooftop of
When after May
yes.
dies, and then MJ's like, "There's people who like that." Just hits a heart because like Tom Holland starts off that conversation by saying like, "Oh, don't tell me you know how it feels," and then they're just like, "Do we know? Do we know?"
And he's like, that's what my
do we
Uncle
know?"
Ben told me. With great power comes great responsibility. And he's like, that's exactly what my Aunt May just told me.
I like how Andrew Garfield like agreed. Like I feel like he was trying to like keep it cool, but when they're like with great power and like Toby's like comes great response. Andrew never.
That's not what he had.
That's not what his uncle said.
What
but
did
he's
he
just
tell him?
like-
He says,
Excelsior.
No. A. That was good though, Martin. A. Good job, bud. No, he says not choice, responsibility. Yeah, that's what he says.
"If you have the moral, if you have
the moral obligation
obligation to
do those things, yeah." But anyways,
something along that line, yeah,
yeah.
No, my favorite part of that conversation is when Andrew just gave such a heartwarming like delivery when he's like, "Oh, like." Because Toby's like, "Oh, I let Uncle Ben die," and he's like, "I lost my MJ. I didn't catch her." He's like, "And that was on me. I couldn't forgive myself." And he just starts crying.
Does he ever say Gwen? I was trying to think about
No.
that.
He says Gwen.
He
Does
does say
he?
Gwen?
He says, "I lost Gwen. She was my MJ."
Okay, because I was thinking maybe that like that's
And
where
then
the
Tobey
next
Maguire's like,
trilogy would
And
be.
it's funny because he does have an MJ, Shailene Woodley.
Oh yeah, that never got
Never
screen
got
time.
released. Yeah.
Give us the unedited.
Who is this?
Yeah, for people that don't know, in Amazing Spider-Man 2, it was also filmed. Mary Jane was supposed to come out at the very end. She was
Yeah.
gonna like go visit Peter Parker after like.
But I feel like
going
that-
Who did they cast?
Shailene Woodley from Divergent
read a book, man.
and The Fault in Our Stars.
I've never seen 2 of those movies.
I seen Divergent is such a weird.
I don't like Divergent
Movies.
because of all the plot holes.
I've only seen like
No, just kidding.
I've seen the
trying
first
to trigger
one.
you.
I've seen the first one and the last one, and they're so confusing. And I know it's only because I've seen the first and the last one.
Yeah. I feel like we could talk about this movie forever, but let's go ahead and put a boot in our foot. I mean, let's go ahead and put a fucking boot in our mouth.
She's pretty.
and our feet.
Are you
And,
looking at the picture of her as MJ?
No, I'm looking at just pictures of her.
Martin's like, I'm gonna go home now,
Dude, so we got the Snyder cut. When are we gonna get the
Schneider
web cut of Amazing Spider-Man? It's funny. The person who directed the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 is named Mark Webb.
Mark Webb, yeah, and apparently there's like a whole cut of the Amazing Spider-Man 1 that like is amazing.
What I'm mad at is for some reason we didn't get an Amazing Spider-Man 2 post-credit scene because they made a weird deal with Fox where the after credit scene had to be a teaser for Days of Futures Past.
Really?
Yeah, the after credit scene for Amazing Spider-Man 2 was the scene on the army base where Mystique breaks out the other mutants.
Really? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's why we didn't. That's why the tease for the next movie was the credits because it was
showing you the Sinister Six.
Yeah, that's why there was no after credit scene because they made a weird deal with Fox because I guess I don't know what it was.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's what.
You know, she's with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Martin, are you just like this?
That's a
he's
whole
Like, he's like fangirling.
Yeah, she's the reason he didn't get the vaccine because she believes in like nature healing and everything.
Alrighty, guys. Yeah. Rest in peace, Aunt May.
She should have been dead from the start.
That was our Spider-Man episode, guys. This is The Last Podcast. Once again, follow us on our Instagram, The Last Podcast 01. I'm Matt.
I'm Arden.
And this has been Daniel.
And we will see you guys next time.
Remember, like and subscribe.
Do 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 do.